Good morning, fellow Southern Cameroonians. Today na Thursday, number 6th day for this month of March 2025. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, sense pass king, Lukong. Una welcome to another episode of our daily podcast, a program which bring you the truth, important information, fact-based analysis for help we as to the worker for this journey to our freedom, the freedom for the people of the former British Southern Cameroons. My papa them, my mommy them, brothers and sisters, our people for home and abroad, our refugees, IDPs, political prisoners, soldiers, fighters, activists, I bring una revelation greetings for this very faithful day of the Lord. I want to tell una, say the title for this podcast for today na a very special one, Talking with the Enemy. Talking with the enemy. We don't make fair peace with those we have good relationship. We don't make dialogue and negotiation with those who love or with those we think have the best intention. We make peace with our enemy, adversary. We make peace with our foes. For today's episode of Talking with the Enemy, I decide to take on to a challenge where kunda Titus put them out for me. I think when I be done here, I already addressed that one. But more importantly, in the ongoing things and ways, some of our freedom fighters, they struggle, they try their best. Like for instance, Bui, we don't see Amazonian fighter, they don't launch operations against the Cameroon forces them using IED, Ponky as we call them, for attack the Cameroon military. We know very well, say PRAP, the People's Right Advocative Platform, it don't talk say we don't decide for end hostility. It means violence as a means for obtain our right of self-determination. We don't launch a vision of devolution of Cameroon as a means to end the war and provide our people for a pathway, a democratic pathway towards the exercise of their right of self-determination. All this one, I think we will know very well. As we don't make this big proposition for our vision, we don't sell them for bring other Amazonians on board as a decision where PRAP executive will be taken, say we will not just enter into negotiation by ourselves. We don't engage with the Cameroon government for 2 years for help, for convince them, make them dialogue and accept this solution we don't propose them. We don't get big success them abroad. We don't be able to present this vision for the United Nations. We will continue to engage other international partners. 2 weeks ago, one of our top diplomats visit Cameroon on our behalf to engage with the leadership for Cameroon. So the most important thing I say, as we push this agenda for end this war and end the suffering of our people, we could definitely lead to prisoners release and those things the way they come with the end of war and assisted return for our refugees and IDP them, where they don't be forgotten by now in light with the changing landscape of geopolitics. It be important we're gonna hear this. There are elements within the Cameroon government that do not want any compromise, do not want any solution, and they have been so right from the beginning of this war. We're gonna need to know. So I go play kunda Titus in audio, I go analyze them. Wait to be the reason. As we push for the Cameroon for negotiate, we push the international community for negotiate and end this war. There are those who will be active inside the Cameroon government, not just for sabotage, but for make sure say make no solution for a durable, sustainable peace, make it not ever come. Because these actors are those who are beneficiaries to this war. These are people who gain relevance, promotion, appointment, and feeding large from this war. It goes on both sides. Both on our side in Amazonia, we have people who have fed large on this war, who have built houses like you saw General, the egg of Sea General in Ground Zero. These people have also been fed also some by their own ego. and they don't want any compromise to end this war because it is either their way or the highway. In La Republique, we also have people of the same category. So I will play the audio of Kunda Titus and I will address them. The reason, not before highlight which way they do them, the reason are because of which the Cameroon, their leadership will be in place. They consider this faction where the Kunda Titus and Didi, it be important for them because now people the way they don't use them. Now people the way they don't volunteer themselves for the Cameroon government for fight their own people them on behalf of the Cameroon government. Like any elevated slave or any house nigger as they call them for America, they come up for talk say, no worry. Now we go fight that people them on your behalf. They will pay them, they will compensate them. These people then did them plenty. As we know, the Cameroon government, no go do throw away them one time, but around talk to them they like a shower because their motivation is wrong, it's immoral, but that is not, it is inconsequential when it comes to our objective and our common struggle as Anglophones or people of the Southern Cameroons. Without much ado, I go play the audio since I go to interrupt and I go to talk during that period so that I'm going to be in the same page. Make a start directly with the audio. Let's go.
Ambazonians. Yes, I come advise una. I know say una no like for hear the sound of my voice.
So as una hear, the Kunda Titus ego always prefer Ambazonia as the name of our territory because na an aspirational name. But una know very well say Ambazonia na aspirational name for weti for Southern Cameroon for we Anglophone them. Now the trigger will adopt them. Now the ideology that will adopt them in the beginning of the struggle for fight for independence when Seseko will be declare our territory independent as a Republic of Ambazonia, Federal Republic of Ambazonia. So it becomes a symbol then for the current struggle, and this appellation will also be important. So make una understand he insistent on Ambazonian as an appellation because this is the reality of our war and our approach. We're going to go further and I'm going to let una explain. Good news as he talk, una no one for hear a voice, we no one for hear a voice because his voice then become a pain to the heart of many of our Anglophones them due to his conduct of brutal approach, denigration of our people and the fighters that have fought and our communities as a whole, calling for collective punishment. But that aside, this is not the time for those nonsense. Maybe we focus for the substance. We're not going to know the reasons why later.
Go through una communication on social media. So make I continue. I don't listen to una social media discourse so for Facebook, for WhatsApp, and all the other forums them. And una they talk mainly about two things them. The way forward, the whole so-called revolution don't fail. When I start talking about now this person destroy revolution, now this person don't make revolution fail, now this person destroy revolution. Those kind of conversations them, it tell me say when I say something I don't realize the nonsense, it don't fail. But then again, that's not what I came to talk about. When I also talk now about making alliances with federalists, about having a plan B, having a fallback position, all of those things them. Now, the realization say, una they in total understanding say, things are not going your way. Let's just put it that way. And I know say all una agree to that. Now,
so for all our people then where they listen, it be very important me gonna understand for here which way our enemy they talk because it be informative. We fight now with our enemy, we get that concession of our enemy, even with one independent as also for our enemy. So needless for making stress. One thing we need for know the which way Kunda Titus and talk it be as true as the reality for Cameroon. The Cameroon government too, they don't fail. They be start this war for talk say Anglophone problem in it exists. When the problem that we wouldn't be you use Ambazonia as a solution for that problem. We now understand one thing. The Cameroon government too, they realize and say they no fit ever win us for deny say a problem need exists with that problem it exists. The Cameroon president, the man when Naibi talk say that Cameroon be one and indivisible. Where if people then talk say for their manifesto say even federalism for change or alter anything for the outlook of the country, is state, it means in a division of that country. That same government, the rango should don't call what they call and say the Grand National Dialogue. For accepting they don't fail. That two cube sugar, it no will ever be dissolved. So the need for make sure say they maintain that 2 cube sugar. For talk say the one for give something where they call and say special status, where they be done deny say that one means in a concession. So I want me gonna understand say the Cameroon they don't feel as equal as which way the kunda Titus is talk for Amazonia. So make it talk no make a me some man begin to shake. She shake no day. Me gonna hear, I go explain as we go down the line.
Dialogue, negotiation with the Cameroon government. I know being at the official spokesperson for Cameroon government. Me I been at the unofficial spokesperson for the Cameroon government. Okay?
So which way kunda Titus is talk it be very important me gonna understand. Yes, he no be the spokesman for Cameroon government. He be the unofficial spokesperson for the Cameroon government. So he work for the Cameroon government. Me gonna know that one for sure. At one time, he be a military attaché, but now, since we go for the Canadian dialogue, I be request specifically say I want me to move for that position. Me then cut it out because the problem the way we do them. First of all, it be the provoke we Ambazonian them. Even the soldier the way they be illiterate, they don't know anything. Kunda Titus to it be the trigger them. Me then they attack even community project for the UNDP. When they want to do construction, they do things that they go find. Even when they would authorize them, he go put them on social media, show them like na mockery. Say when I can't attack, when I go attack. Sometimes they be do those things there for project them, for contract them, for some military people them. And sometimes even the network where it be out of your control, the DDR network, because that their network is also complex. And no one go into those their own yama. You know, we will not get time for that one. But man, no over digress. But the point being that Kunda Titus speak for the Cameroon government. The Cameroon government is not one. They are divided. We'll be seeing for Canadian negotiation. For the program about that CDN, I will talk those one. I will talk what will happen for Canada. I'm going to know what will happen. We'll see fight for inside the Cameroon, their own delegation. So which one I need to understand as well? Two things. The part for the Cameroon government, where Kunda Titus, it talk on them. We're not on official spokespeople for the Cameroon government. Now the part where then they under Felix Mbayu, Paul Atanga Nji, then the list be long. I will take time even name them one by one. Me gonna know. This one are the people then where they be oppose the national dialogue when Paul Biya be come to his senses, say you cannot continue like that. Now they be oppose them. But even when the Paul Biya be agree for the Grand National Dialogue, authorize and make it go ahead, then make sure say then deceive Ambazonian them, then provoke Ambazonian them, then trick Ambazonian them. How will they what the leader the way will be allow me them be our leader, and that time they be so stupid in their own brain, then went along with it. They just erased the idea of even addressing that Grand National Dialogue. A dialogue where all the diplomats they be did from America to British against my advice, because I advised all the leaders when I received the invitation. That is why I decided to establish an organization for people that they reason for amongst we Southern Cameroonians. That beside, the main point I say, Kunda Titus, it is speak, just like when I will be talk, say, Cameroon government be negotiate, another faction for the government can't talk, say there was no negotiation going on. They are all governments. One is doing something else, another one is doing something completely different. When I declare cessation of hostility, the Cameroon government embrace them. What happened? Atanga Nji Paul reject them. So when he talks, he talk on behalf of the Cameroon government, unofficially, nothing that unofficial people and they. This unofficial part of the Cameroon government, now they want the way they do all the mass atrocity them. When they be the problem. Francophone they know them, Anglophone they know them, the minister they say they know them. Now they want the way Paul Biya allow them, where they don't borrow themselves for do the dirty job in the hopes that they do them for please Paul Biya. As when I will see the picture from my podcast today, go reflect them. So, but I want me to understand, say, at the end, such people, they are like ashawus. They will end up like the one way they for prison now, where be being the former director for that they are said. Eko. Where is Eko? Ide for prison. Where is Moja? Ide for prison. Our hope, I don't care whether they kunda Titus, Atanga Nji Paul, and the rest then go for prison for what they do. My priority now for save our people then for the calamity will be upon us and for give us a chance for a better future. We will safeguard our ultimate aspiration for be on our own in whatever degree that may take. Because even today, Russia, Europe, they even asked the independent from America. So, fellow Amazonian, I want me to understand the position where they come from, so that me gonna no mistake. So, it talk on behalf of the Cameroon government, not true. It conduct and what he talk, it reflect way those people the way they talk on their behalf that they do with the Cameroon military for sure. So, me go continue for listen.
Talk the advice I bring up for and say, in order for dialogue with we or for negotiate with we, you need for get something where I want them. That is called leverage. You need for bring leverage. So ask yourself this: if you've been a Cameroon government, knowing what way they happen in the Anglophone zone today, why would you go to dialogue with the Amazonians? It's a simple question. You think about them. You yourself, put yourself in the shoes of your enemy or your opponent. Let's call it opponent or adversary. You be Cameroon government, where it be a sovereign nation, you get a seat at the United Nations, a seat at the African Union. You get all of these international relations with all of these nations around the world. You get an army. And why will you go to dialogue with Amazonians, especially ones in the diaspora? Why? To achieve what? Do they have something you need or want? So now, the only way where we force Cameroon government we can negotiate with now say on that dialogue table you have to give something to receive something. It's called a compromise. So you must have something to trade with. Your leverage now waiting. So according to you, you think say if Cameroon government no can dialogue with you, you go kidnap some mami for Labukam. That one is your leverage. Say you get the capability for kidnap people for Bamenda. That's the leverage you have. Really? Okay. Good luck with.
So, wait to na here. Now the posture way the Cameroon government, the faction where the kunda Titus they represent them, they want their best case scenario. The one may go be so hard line in our articulation and narrative, like when they talk about Ambazonia, they just want us to stick to that. They don't want it to change because that suits their narrative. Concerning dialogue and negotiation, I see the talk. When you want for dialogue, what do you have to exchange? What do you want to exchange? What is your leverage? I go hold on for day, make una listen further before I go analyze.
That. So the other people there, they want for negotiate, but they talk about an armed resistance. Say it is so. Now boots on the ground. You need the firepower on the ground. Firepower. Okay.
So I see the talk. Say the other people the way they want for negotiate because we get several people the way they talk for Amazonian struggle. Since we start 2 years, I think we don't change the landscape for our struggle. People they don't come to realize which will be the talk and now all the groups that they talk for about negotiation. So it talk the other people where they want for negotiate. One category, it talk about leverage. See the other people they don't want for negotiate, wait to be their leverage. You don't negotiate in strength. Make a play the audio me gonna hear.
Fantastic. Ma tell you something, No matter how much so-called firepower we wanna get them on the ground, you still need the leverage. The leverage now say una take territory from Cameroon government, hold them, control them, even for 1 week, demonstrate una capability for that firepower on the ground. Okay. When una don't do that, even for 1 week, because 1 week serve, it no go even be a dent in because even when I hold on for 1 week and then the next week we'll enter for the Kiki una take control over the territory back.
I think that one specifically now for the Akwanga a group. When I hear Akwanga a manifesto concerning negotiation in position, na say me go negotiate in the position of strength, make you buy more weapon and all that stuff. And Kunda Titus reply and say, even if we not buy weapon, we buy weapons and all those things will carry action. We need to show those weapons for ground. It not just be and say you go buy weapon and for up. So we show that weapon for ground, now for take territory, go take territory, control them. And that is just true. I will agree with you on this part. That is just true. To be able to negotiate in terms of strength, you need to seize territory. It not just be enough for go take Batibo, for go take Akwaya, for go take Boya or one town, where if we take them, if we take them for Hulam. will not be quite possible at this stage. Even at the peak of our struggle, we don't hold some liberated area, but the dynamic control no be actually physical control. So in that scenario where Akwanga they push them, even if we take those stage, remember say country then the way they don't do the same thing because we not be in isolation. You need for the look around. For Somaliland, they don't take over their country. They don't even create a government. They don't even do international engagement. But Somalia get a lot of problems. They see when Somalia was strong, they will stick and fight to take back that country. That's just the truth. So when you even take control of a territory, it doesn't mean that you have what you want. You have independence or recognition. Recognition mainly comes from the United Nations state parties. And so far as a country like Somaliland, I call it a country because we too, then there is a similar situation. They never succeed through that way. What else can you propose that we can do to get that independence through that means of dialogue by strength, as Akwanga have proposed? It doesn't exist. If you look at the other group of Ambazonia, where he also talk and where they want to negotiate in strength, the hardliners, Ayabacho and talk say they will defeat Cameroon, will negotiate Cameroon exit. How possible will that happen? It is just not possible. I will agree with Kunda Titus on those one. The threat for Ayabacho and those hardliners, and I said they will go kidnap more people. That one I want for the group of independence or nothing else. I'll even put Sako and Chris Ano in that bunch. Even though then two then get their own level of ashawo. If you say independence or nothing, what is your leverage? Look at on the ground. Are you going to go and kidnap many people, burning your people, intimidating people who disagree with you? Anybody who want to just talk anything, you say you are black leg, you go and kill this one, destroy this one. The hardline way also is impossible. So I agree with Kunda Titus, I agree with Atanga Nji Paul on those things. But they want Ambazonians to remain like that. They want us to either be hardline or Akwanga, because those are two impossibilities that will just remain within the cycle of violence. But let's listen to the rest of his speech.
So you achieve what? But just do that as a sign of demonstrating, say, when I get the capability or ability. That will be something. So now the advice that I bring up when I want to negotiate, you have to have something to offer. On the table, what are you offering? Cessation of kidnapping. Kidnap all Anglophones if you want. Please.
And that is true, I agree. You cannot go around and like a Bacho thinking that you kidnap people, do this and that, or the people of the IG like Sama Thomas who think that if you commit mass atrocity, somehow you get the international community attention, or what J. Carr is also promoting, or other people in the hardline camps. Those are not just a possibility. Those are impossibility. You just make it hard.
Kidnap them. It's okay. When the people don't tire, like the one we happened for Momo the other day, they catch to the Bonham tire. For Pinyin, they catch and Bonham. For Bali, on the 28th of February, just 2 or 3 days ago, when I see 9 Amber, they can't surrender for public square. They display for public square. Shinarambo surrender, and no pity, bro.
So that is the path of the hardliners. That is the path of the middle moderate, like Akwanga. It just ends to the same thing.
The majority of the Anglophone civilian population be even support or at least be sympathetic to the Ambazonian nonsense. And the international community be even get a listening ear. At least they be somehow sympathetic for listen to una. At that time, when nobody do public executions yet on video and then claim responsibility. At that time, Ayabacho Lucas be still be free man, he not be arrested and charged with crimes against humanity. At that time, even the Cameroon government, it be somehow feel like, say, the need for do something, concessions, or, try to appease the situation. Now, why do we get Grand National Dialogue? Now, why do we, go play drama for Switzerland, play some drama for Canada? When I can't fall for day, we knock on Anzelo, beat them, knock them, score, go. When I still come again, we do the same for Konengi Talks, when I fall again for Switzerland, fall again for Canada, and I sure say when I go fall again because when I position, it be desperate. So, the simple advice I bring up when I say, you want can't negotiate for table, bring something that I want. Bring concession. Your concession cannot be that I will stop kidnapping for ransom. No, hold territory where you can't trade them on the table. Then I will take you seriously. Okay? When I capture some part, whether I guzang, even I only once.
So, Unara here, that is exactly the cycle of violence. where Kunda Titus, Paul Atanga Nji then which, because it maintains their position. It maintains somehow even the relevance of those in the diaspora who claims to be the hardliners and those the middle moderate like Akwanga, a cycle of violence, endless violence. Who are the biggest loser? When I be here from Ambazonia, as we always do for our organization, we don't play with an audio get them from Bui. We was soldier them. They complain about highway transport for Bui. First been at 2,500 from Bamenda to Bui. Today they pay 10,000. Now we the board they run for this struggle. Now we receive all the hard end from both the hardliners and the Cameroon military. So what to be the conclusion? The conclusion one I need for Noam now say the Cameroon government will be controlled by Paul Biya. Now he be in charge and he be responsible for that country. Yes, if he give people then some responsibility, give people then some time for do things them, even give a blind eye because he knows he could keep you in power. For the most part, this war and keep Paul Biya in power till now. And at time where they can die, his legacy be on the line, and the skies are aligned to solve this problem right now. He's the most powerful person in Cameroon who can solve this problem. Despite all its way, informal spokespeople that they talk, and those ministers the way they chop for this war that they talk wait to una need for no say Paul Biya for the end of year speech he talks away. Now he be responsible. He be in charge of those negotiations the way that happen. If una be the doubt now he says he don't talk say now he be in charge. And make una know the Cameroon government, their official spokesman, Ndiangote, I will say na spokesman for Cameroon government, no be prime minister, because na Paul Biya they still manage the country. The official spokesman and Paul Biya himself don't talk so witty. He don't leave the door open for negotiation and dialogue. They be announcing for Boya for their meeting for the follow-up committee will be take place for Boya. They still continue for negotiate and dialogue for find a way for end the killing way to go out for delegitimize those radical elements the way that already tend to extremism like Ayabacho, committing war crimes, announcing them on the street. So long as those hardliners and the middle moderate them be dominating of our struggle, the more difficult it is to come to a compromise because people like Kunda Titus, Paul Atanga Nji, they will use them like the justification for them to remain in power. They are emboldening them. They support them. They give them relevance. They give them money. They even carry out false flag attack on their behalf, like the attack we saw in Kambe, where Ngala Gerard's boys of the DDR, they carry out a bomb attack on 11 February to prove that Amba is still going on there so that the war mentality can still focus and Paul Biya can still keep aside negotiation. What they don't want you to hear is people like us who are actually fighting for the people's interest and recognized as such. That's why we are the biggest platform when it comes to this struggle. The voices of the people and the masses who have proposed devolution to end this war through non-violent means, to come down and sit together to form a new social contract for the country to move forward that guarantees our people their right of self-determination in an act of a referendum. The dogs of war don't want you to know that the Cameroon government has extended a hand to negotiate, to have a concession. They don't want you to know. They want to call concession is appeasement given into the hardliners. But you should be assured that negotiation for the past 2 years have bear fruit. Number one, they have disarmed, arrest majority of the DDR members. You can hear of the audios of Kunda Titus crying why in Kambe, the Cameroon journalists they were going around arresting some people that were working for Ngala Gerard. They have arrested Moja. They have stopped burning our villages. These are things you can go down and see. Cameroon government have stopped burning down villages. They have engaged in negotiation. They have come and meet me. I've directed them to meet everybody, engage everybody so that we should come together. I want to appeal to everybody. It is time for us to reason together about our reality given the international landscape with the coming of Donald Trump. Things are not the way they were before. I've put out an audio today with an inspiration from Winston Churchill to fight for resistance, fight for freedom. You can only do so with a clean heart like those who come to equity. You can't do so when our own people are killing our own people. Those hardliners, their actions, those radicals, their actions have handicapped us. We must accept that reality and move towards devolution. Even in the devolution, you find people still fighting me, struggling for power. This is not about power. This is about freedom of our people, higher degree of autonomy, higher degree of freedom, having their own government, securing their own police, ending all the problems we used to suffer as marginalized people, ending all the identity crisis issue. The devolution, the peace plan paper that we have proposed, working with the indigenous people of Amazonia, the sword of Amazonia, the IDPs, the refugees, the communal groups, to put together this package that is backed by a comprehensive economic package that the Cameroon government will see all reasons. Our appeal is not by violence. Our appeal is not by the guns. Our appeal is the moral conscience to do the right thing and set a new path for Cameroon. One country, two people. God bless you wherever you are. Capo Daniel, looking out for you, signing off.